Hey guys, my name is Mr. SLIN, and I've been playing TF2 in online leagues for about 5 years or so, and I made medic, and I love playing healing classes in every game that I play, but this one particularly stuck with me, and I figured I'd give you guys some tips for some of the newer players out there who are looking to play medic. So without further ado, here's how to play medic, part 1. Let's start by talking about the heal order, which helps answer the question, who do I heal next? Heal order comes down to 4 different ideas. Keep as many people alive as possible, heal whoever is in front and closest to the enemy, heal people who will leave you, and utilize crit heals. And we'll talk a bit more about crit heals later on, but the basic idea here is to keep as many teammates alive as possible, and remember that your enemy will likely shoot the person who is closest to them, so it makes sense to heal those guys first and prevent them from dying. Then you want to heal people who will leave you to prevent your team from grouping up around you and bunching up, which leaves you susceptible to splash damage. Okay, so let's do a quick little quiz. Let's say you're the blue medic in this situation. Who do you heal first? The soldier or the scout? If you said the soldier, you're right. The scout is at full health while your soldier has taken 75 damage, so it makes sense to heal the soldier first. Let's go to the second example. Your soldier is at full health, but your scout has taken 55 damage. Who do you heal first? If you said the soldier again, you're right. You should heal the soldier first because he's closest to the enemy. A lot of newer players will choose to heal the scout first, but he's farther away from the scout, and if you don't heal the soldier, you risk losing him. You need to keep as many people alive as possible, and the enemy scout will likely shoot at your soldier first. Okay, final example. You've just killed the scout, and now you have to choose whether you should heal the soldier or the scout first. Who do you heal first? The answer is the scout. With no danger present, you need to heal the teammate who will leave you first. Your soldier will stick with you and protect you, and your scout will need the health in order to leave you. Remember, you're trying to prevent your team from grouping up around you, so prioritize healing for people that need to leave you. Alright, so as a reminder, the heal order revolves around keeping as many people alive as possible. Heal people who are getting shot at, heal roaming players so that your team can spread out, and utilize crit heals. But what are these mysterious crit heals? Crit heals is a mechanic where you heal more health per second if your teammate has not taken damage recently. As you can see from this chart, the medic actually heals at a flat rate of 24 health per second. That amount doubles to 48 health per second after 12.5 seconds out of combat, and triples up to 72 health per second after 15 seconds. This is extremely important and separates the good medic from the bad. You heal 3 times as fast if the person just spawned or didn't take damage recently. If you can keep track of your teammates, you can prioritize healing for those players so that you can increase your healing efficiency. So now that you have a better understanding of the heal order, let's go to how to play medic part 2, positioning. Positioning for medics is very simple. Don't die, execute the heal order as discussed in part 1, and don't be afraid to lose health because you regenerate it back over time. Now obviously you don't want to put yourself in danger, but some of the more aggressive medics will use their health to bait ammo from the enemy, or to stretch just a little bit farther to heal a teammate. It's up to you as the player to decide what is the best thing to do in each situation. However, I would like to address a positioning issue that a lot of newer medics struggle with, and that is beam length, or what I call distancing. So as you can see in this example, this is typically what a new medic will do. They'll stand right on top of their teammate that they're healing, and stack there and take extra damage, and this is wrong. Stacking on top of your teammates will cause you to take splash damage and puts you closer to danger. Now, see, you're a smart medic. Smart medics distance themselves from their heal targets. This screenshot shows the maximum healing distance. This is good. Alright, so we've reached the final chapter of this trilogy, how to play medic part 3, Ubers. Ubers are what make a medic and not a sandwich or a dispenser. But how do Ubers work? Ubers make you 100% invincible to all incoming damage and last 8 seconds on one heal target. Each time you flash another teammate, you lose half a second. So if you Uber one guy and flash to another teammate, your total Uber time will be reduced to 7.5 seconds. Healing hurt players builds Uber faster than healing people at maximum health. Because of this mechanic, you should always be looking for hurt targets or have teammates hurt themselves to continue building Uber. Finally, if you healed constantly on one target and he was constantly hurting himself, it would take 40 seconds to build an Uber, or 32 seconds for a crit streak. Alright, so let's talk about using Ubers properly on advantage, meaning that you have Uber and the other team doesn't. Let's talk about the steps that it takes to have a good Uber. Step 1. Pop Uber, which defaults to right click. Step 2, bring in other people to join you in on the fun. And then after the Uber comes off comes step 3, execute the heel order as discussed in part 1. One very important note is that Uber should be used to prevent incoming damage rather than to save people once they're hurt. Newer players or inexperienced medics will wait until their teammate is on the verge of dying before popping Uber, but that forces you to keep the entire Uber on that one hurt player. Good medics see the damage incoming before it happens and use the invincibility to prevent the damage from ever happening. Remember, you heal at a flat rate of 24 health per second. If you can prevent 100 damage, you saved yourself 4 seconds of healing, and that will make you more efficient. So with that said, let's go over some examples of the pros in action. This is Shade, who is the top medic in North America. Observe carefully the master at work. He has advantage, so he's going to absolutely crush. They prepare to push the bottom left doorway. Step 1 is to pop Uber and begin walking in. Step 2, bring in some teammates to join in on the fun. Flashing your teammates lets them walk through choke points without dying. From there, watch as your team destroys the enemy team. Don't forget to execute the heal order, which is the most basic part of being a good medic. Round 1. Nice. Let's check out another example from the same match. Shade's pushing the next point, and blue team doesn't have enough players alive to contest. So it looks like they're going to get the 4th point for free. They're going to wait just a little bit longer to finish the cap. And again, Shade has advantage, so it's time to go kill some noobs. Step 1, pop the Uber. Step 2, bring in the teammates. And remember to flash proactively to prevent them from taking damage. And don't forget about crit healing any players looking to come into the fight late, such as this scout behind Shade. After your team gets those first couple kills, it should be more than enough to win the fight. If you watch the pros for long enough, you'll begin to see this pattern over and over again. This clip is of a mid fight that is a bit sketchy at first. You can see that Shade is on the high ground healing his teammates, and a couple players on both sides die here and there, but it looks like Shade's team has control. Shade has Uber, but KBK, the medic for the other team, has Uber as well, and he's not going to give up the middle point so easily. Here comes Try out of the garage with the Uber, but he's going to pop first, so Shade has advantage. Step 1 will be to pop the Uber, but I really like how Shade gives up a little bit of his own health to get an even better Uber because he knows that he will regen it back. Then comes step 2, bringing in a teammate to help out. And this soldier-scout combo is incredibly powerful because the scout can chase down enemies and secure the frags for his team. Because they had such a good Uber and they killed the enemy medic, they can easily take the next point. Now Shade is one of the top medics in North America, but it's important to note that when you play medic, you don't have to be overly flashy or incredibly innovative. The best healers in any game are just very consistent and very controlled. Consistency is a necessary ingredient for repeat success, and if you remember all of the ideas that I presented in this guide, I'm confident that you too can be a successful medic. Good heal order, good positioning, and good Ubers will take you far. So remember, when you're Ubering on advantage, follow the steps. Pop, bring your teammates in, and when the Uber fades, execute the heal order, keeping as many teammates alive as possible and supporting your teammates on the way to victory. So that's all the time I have for today, but if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check me out on twitch.tv for some medic gameplay. Until then, see you next time.